Hey guys, welcome back. This is your girl Erica with Catcher on the Runway, and today I'm going to show you guys how I installed these Goddess Bohemian braids booty length for my Costa Rican trip, and I'm going to show you some easy ways that you can get this look too. Stay tuned. Jumping right into things, let's start off with what I used. I used this Sensationnel pre-stretched hair in 24 inches. I'm obsessed with pre-stretched hair, guys. This is my favorite brand of stretched hair so far. Literally, it's water resistant. It's already pre-stretched for you at the end, so you don't have to worry about tapering your hair. Thank me later. I'll leave all this information in the description box for you guys. Then I used the Freetress Braids Crochet hair in the color 27. You can use whatever color you want to use. You could even stick to just the regular black or 1B. That's completely up to you. I always start from the back of my hair. Once you get that first part section together, then I feel like you'll be okay. Your parts don't have to be perfect. Right here, I'm going in with my Forbidden Roots scalp and hair oil from Borrowed from the Island. Honey, all I gotta say is 8 herbs, unrefined oils. My hair loves this product. I see tremendous growth and I will not stop using it. And then here you can just see I'm putting in a little bit of the daily moisturizer from Borrowed from the Island. This is coming out soon, guys, so stay tuned because I'm so excited about this launch. I don't play about keeping my hair moisturized and keeping all those juices in when it comes to protective styling. So you will see me throughout this video layering it up. I didn't miss not one strand, okay? From root to tip, it was nothing that was left uncovered, okay? So for this look, I decided to go with the stacked brick pattern. Normally when parting your hair yourself, this is the hardest thing to kind of do. But if you use like a mirror or two, it really, really makes a huge difference. Put a mirror in front of you, a mirror behind you. That way you can see the back of your head. That's my biggest tip. And then just start layering the bricks, okay? So depending on how wide the back of your hair is, you might want to do 2 or 3 to start with. If you're looking for smaller braids, then you probably want to do at least 4 or more with the back, and that's going to basically set the tone, set the foundation. I separate each section with some jam or jelly. That way I can make sure that the parts stay in place while I work on each section of my hair. So let's get right into it. So the basics for this style, you want to make sure that you kind of grasp the feed-in braid method if you're looking for the booty length hair. So I wanted the booty length hair, and I also did not want that knot at the root. I wanted the knotless look. So I always start off braiding my hair at the root and then start feeding in some of the hair as I go down the hair, the length of the hair. So that's what you guys see me doing here in this video. One more time here, you'll see me feed it in. So basically I separated like maybe 3 or 4 pieces of that stretched hair, and I just fed them in as I kept braiding down the length of the braid. Okay, and that's going to keep it thick. It's going to keep everything the same size, and it's going to help also make sure the hair continues to get longer and longer, depending on how long you want your hair. And like I said, I wanted it down to my booty. I don't normally get hair that long, so I just wanted to try something new. Here you can see I threw in some of that blonde, and I'll show you guys in a bit how to throw in your blonde. So stay tuned. There I go again, making sure that hair is moisturized with our Borrowed from the Island Daily Moisturizer coming soon. And I'm going back in, of course, with our Forbidden Roots scalp and hair oil. I don't miss a step. I don't miss a beat when it comes to this, guys, okay? Okay, so at this point, I've gotten to my second row, and I just wanted to show you guys really quickly before we move on how to get that stacked look for people that might be beginners and are not really used to doing or have never done the brick part pattern. So you want to just make sure that wherever you place your part for that next row is in the middle of the previous braid. So if you look right here, my part is in the middle of where that braid was before. And that's how you're going to get the stacked look. Keep doing this as you go further up the hair for each section. At this point, just think basically like, okay, I'm building a house. You need to like layer these bricks. They can't be one on top of the other. So just make sure that part again is in between where that previous braid was at. And you'll see the final look in a minute. This is for my people in the back who might need to see the feed in braid method one more time. Okay, if you got this part down pat, then skip ahead. I'll leave the timestamps in the description box if you want to get straight to the Goddess Bohemian look. So you just saw me separate at least 3 strands of the synthetic hair. I'm always going to start braiding my natural hair at the root, and then slowly you're going to start feeding in those strands of the synthetic hair that you just separated. Okay, so that's me feeding in the first section or first portion. Okay, and then you just connect it to your actual hair that you already started braiding, and then you just keep feeding in the braids. Okay, keep feeding the braids. This could go on and on depending on the length of the hair that you want. Now that we have the feed-in method down pat, let's jump right into how to get that Bohemian goddess look. So I'm gonna always remind y'all to moisturize your hair because I cannot tell you how many people I see online that do braids. People that even that I'm subscribed to on YouTube, they put in braids, they show all these styles, but they are not locking in moisture. So again, I'm going in with all of my borrowed from the island products, our Forbidden Roots oil, and also our up and coming daily hair moisturizer, making sure my scalp and everything is on lock. Okay. So what you want to do with that blonde hair or whatever color hair you choose, you want to make sure you open it up a little bit, fluff it out. It's going to be really tightly coiled together. And I'm going to say right now, once you start fluffing it out, this hair it tangles so easily. You really have to take your time with it and not go too fast, especially to avoid tangles and having to take the whole entire thing out, because it happened to me a couple of times, me trying to move fast. Anyways, you want to feed that blonde hair in just like you would be feeding in the black hair, as if you were just braiding it. So nothing here has changed. And right now I'm about to show you guys one method of how to do the goddess Bohemian effect. So after you feed it in, and you can use blonde, you can use black hair, you can really switch up your hair with like just making some all black, making some blonde in different braids, like mix it up. It's supposed to look messy, it's supposed to look kind of wild. Do you see what I did there? I attached that blonde piece just on literally on the side of the braid, a little piece of blonde, attached it, clipped it up, and then I continued braiding downward. So this is one way to do it. Cut little pieces of the blonde hair or whatever color hair you choose, literally just attach it or link it to the side. Nothing here is changing. You're basically still feeding in a braid. You're just putting it on the sides this time. That's all you're doing. So link it to the side where you want it to be. Take a clip or a clamp to get the hanging piece out of your way. And then you're going to continue braiding down the length of the hair as usual. Another way to get the goddess look is simply to just start attaching the blonde colored hair, like as if you were just feeding it in without attaching it to the side. Just attach it to the full braid. Braid down a little bit, and then in this clip you can see I'm separating a little curly piece that I want to take out. So literally just find a nice looking piece that's nicely defined. And remember, y'all, this is synthetic hair, so you don't want to do too much pulling and tugging, and definitely don't want to comb it because you're not going to have those curly pieces at all. It's just going to frizz up. So what I did here, just braided it, and then I just pulled out a little piece of the blonde that looked good and then attached that to the braid, so that I can get that goddess look. My favorite thing about working with curly hair is, like, once you get to the bottom, if any of your bottom endings of your braids end with the crochet curly hair, you can literally just twist it, clip off any frizziness, and it'll lock in place. If you guys are liking this video so far, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, leave your girl a comment. Let me know if you ever tried this look before. If you haven't, let me know if you would try this look or share this with a friend. Because literally I kept this hair for a month on my trip to Costa Rica. By the way, the Costa Rica vlog is dropping soon. It's gonna come right after our Curacao vlog, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my travel adventures either. Okay, I wouldn't want you to miss it. Now, if you're like me and your parting is not always the best when doing your own hair, after you do like 2 or 3 layers in the back, honey, start moving to the front. I literally do about 3 rows in the back, and then I just get right to the front, start splitting my hair down the middle. To make this process easier for me, what I did was I already pre-parted the entire head, and then I came back literally the next day to put in the braids and the twists and the curls and the whatever. So if this is easier for you, especially if your arms start hurting, you're not used to doing your hair, I recommend just focusing on the parts, separating everything, moisturizing your hair, locking in that moisture. Hopefully you're locking in the moisture with Bar from the Island if you want to see growth and retention. But any other favorite products would be fine too. And then it's going to make life a lot easier to be able to continue the look, and you can just focus on braiding. Literally everything will be sectioned off for you already. Jumping right into the next method of this goddess bohemian look, I'm doing feed in braids this time with more of the blonde hair instead of the black, and nothing here has changed. You just want to continue feeding it in just like you were feeding in the black hair, but this is if you want more of the blonde highlights throughout some of the braids. Feel free to pull out some of the curls as you go down and continue down the braid. If you kind of want some of these to have that bohemian effect, you can pull some out and just pin them up as you continue braiding down the length of the braids. You can even continue feeding in some more of the blonde here if you want to continue down the length of the braids. Here's one section of me starting off with the black pre-stretched hair, and then I'm simply feeding in some of the blonde later on as I get closer to the bottom of the hair, and then you'll see me pull out a few blonde pieces and pin those up to get that bohemian goddess effect. Once you are through doing all of your braids, feel free to do a little bit of cleanup. Some of those curly pieces do get really frizzy. I always just separate like the good part of the curl from like the more frizzier part and just clip it off. Remember, this is synthetic hair, so it's not like our real curls that we can add moisture to. So just simply clip off the frizzy pieces. And that's it, guys. This is how I got my Goddess Bohemian braids, booty length, of course. And I was all set for my trip to Costa Rica. Had an amazing time. Make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next hair video and travel adventures. Bye.